The spring storm began its slow-motion sweep across the high desert minutes before Dr. Samira Sam Calder heard the unfamiliar knock. She was alone in the mobile observatory, a repurposed shipping container packed with prototype sensors and a humming 3D printer, its walls rattling in the wind. Thunder crushed the silence, but the second knock, 4 delicate taps in a pattern too measured to be accidental, cut through both the rain and the radio static. Nobody came this far into Nevada without radioing first. And nobody knew Sam was secretly camping here to calibrate the new deep sky neutrino array. She muted the scanner, thumbed the safety off the emergency flare gun, and slid the hatch open. What stood outside was not any creature she could name in a field guide, or in the pages of science fiction she devoured as a teenager. The figure was tall, draped in a cloak that glimmered like wet obsidian. Beneath the cowl, luminous eyes, silver with concentric rings of violet, blinked wide in terror. Cradled against the alien's narrow chest was a smaller being, obviously a child, bundled in bioluminescent fibers that pulsed faint teal. Lightning revealed gashes across the stranger's shoulder. Thick, translucent fluid oozed on the cloak, sizzling where it met the sand. When Sam hesitated, the adult raised a 4-digit hand, palm forward in what seemed a universal plea for peace, and spoke in broken, but unmistakable English. "Shelter, please. Queen of Lyrianth begs refuge. Daughter dying." The voice was soft but carried the crackle of distant comets, and behind every syllable trembled a weight of ancient authority. Sam's first instinct was to run. Yet she recognized triage more than terror in the alien's slanted shoulders. She gestured inside. "I'm a physicist, not a doctor," she warned, voice quavering as she bolted the door behind them. The so-called queen knelt, revealing pearlescent armor beneath tattered cloth. She lifted her daughter's pale face. The child's gill-like slits fluttered weakly in the dry air. "I know," the queen whispered. "But you have water, instruments, and compassion." She spoke the last word as though it were an ancient, rarely seen jewel. Sam guided them onto the exam cot, hastily clearing circuit boards and half-eaten energy bars. All night she worked, heating saline, taping humidifier hoses into makeshift respirators, using her holographic microscope to scan cellular structures so alien her software crashed twice. Between murmured instructions and translations, the queen revealed fragments of a tale. A far-flung monarchy fractured by civil war, a refugee fleet scattered by pursuing warlords, and a hyperspace slip that tore her scout craft out of the convoy and dropped it near Saturn. The injuries came during their desperate atmospheric entry. Their vessel had disintegrated a quarter-mile from Sam's sight. At dawn, the child's breathing steadied. Faint aqua veins glowed beneath translucent skin, growing brighter each time Sam replenished the humidifier with distilled water. Exhausted, Sam looked to the queen, now standing by the porthole, face streaked with drying iridescent tears. Outside, sunrise painted the basin pink and gold. Above it shimmered a contrail, the only evidence of last night's crash. "Your daughter will live," Sam said, voice hoarse. "But you're both dehydrated. And whoever chased you could still be out there." The queen bowed, a motion both regal and impossibly humble. "I am Anithravo of Lyrianth, sovereign by blood and oath. You have preserved the line. I owe you all within my power." She laid a slender hand atop Sam's head, and a dizzying rush of images, spiraling cities of crystal, oceans orbiting sunless worlds, constellations unknown to Earth, flooded Sam's mind. Knowledge, raw and bittersweet, downloaded itself into fleeting shapes. Sam staggered back, breathless. "That is but a token," Anithravo said. "I will give more for sanctuary." Sam steadied herself against a server rack. "Why me? The UN would protect you." NASA. Too many eyes, Anithrovo cut in, gaze flickering toward the data screens. My enemies can mimic any signal, bribe any council. They hunt by scent of power. I sense no greed in you, only curiosity and loneliness. Her alien pupils contracted like twin novas. Will you keep us hidden, Dr. Calder? The simple question detonated every protocol Sam knew. Harboring extraterrestrials without alerting authorities could be construed as treason on a planetary scale. Yet she recalled the child's faint pulse beneath her palms, the electrical burn along the Queen's shoulder, the desperation within those nebular eyes. Treason, perhaps, but against what? A nation. Or a principle deeper than borders, the principle of life, of empathy. Sam paced the observatory, weighing risk against conscience. At last she spoke. For now you can stay. But this container won't shield you if satellites sweep the wreck. We'll need to move before nightfall. Anithrovo exhaled, some tension melting from her posture. You have already accepted a burden few of your species would bear. Name any reward. Sam opened her mouth, faltered. She thought of her mounting research debts, her fractured relationship with her father, a retired colonel who believed her cosmic curiosity childish. She thought, too, of the tachyon anomalies she'd glimpsed in Anithrovo's half-telepathic download. Math that solved riddles humans had wrestled with for 2 centuries. But material payment felt crass in the presence of such vulnerability. Finally she said, "Teach me. Not just equations. Teach humanity how to be ready when the rest of your people arrive seeking help." The Queen inclined her head. Agreed. Knowledge for safety. She turned toward her daughter, who stirred beneath layers of glowing cloth. We must also heal the land where we crashed. Our core crystals leak radiation harmful to your biomes. Show me the site, Sam said. They trekked across the desert under blistering noon light. Sam drove her dented rover. Anithrovo guided from the passenger seat, daughter asleep in the back cocooned by emergency blankets. No drone or satellite yet circled overhead, a stroke of luck sure to evaporate by night. They reached a shallow crater studded with fragments of metal that seemed to drink sunlight and re-emit it in cascading prisms. In the center lay a broken engine core, its shattered casing pulsing lavender. Sam's Geiger counter snapped furiously. Anithrovo produced a palm-sized tetrahedron, pressed a sequence of facets, and the core's glow collapsed inward with a sigh. Radiation levels plunged. Self-sealing null field, Anithrovo explained. But it will fail in days. We must bury the engine beyond your crust. Sam considered the geology. A disused copper mine shaft sat 15 miles east. Deep enough, remote enough. They returned to the observatory, loaded the core onto an anti-grav sled the Queen cobbled together from wreckage. Sam marveled as electromagnetic halos hovered the core inches above Earth, humming like an ancient chorus. Working through the afternoon, they navigated the mine's crumbling tunnels, lowering the core thousands of feet until searing heat forced Sam back. Anithrovo did not flinch. Her cloak fluttered as if in cool mist. She pressed the tetrahedron again, and molten rock sealed the chamber, entombing the alien technology where no human drill would likely reach for millennia. Emerging at dusk, dust-plumed and sweating, Sam realized she and the Queen had labored side by side all day without once questioning each other's competence. It felt eerily natural, like partnering with a colleague she'd known for years. Back at the observatory, Sam brewed coffee while Anithrovo prepared nutrient gel for her daughter, whose cheeks had gained faint cerulean hues of health. After the child fell asleep, Anithrovo addressed the question Sam had tried to ignore. My pursuers, she said, voice low. They seed hunter probes along probable drift paths. They will scan this star system's outer planets soon. If they find residual resonance from our drive signature, Earth will become a battlefield. Sam set her mug down. Is there any way to cloak that resonance? Only by overriding the local heliosphere with a null wave array, a structure large as your moon. Anithravou's expression darkened. Impossible with our resources. Sam exhaled. Then we warn Earth, gather allies. You forget, the Queen interjected gently. Your governments learn by dissecting what they fear. I could not risk my child behind their glass walls. Sam remembered lab rats, autopsies, classified bunkers. Fear chilled her more than desert night. She slumped into the bulkhead. What do we do? Anithravou studied her, then knelt so their eyes were level. We adapt. You are a scientist, unbound by thrones and armies. Together we craft solutions your rulers cannot yet imagine. Sam laughed softly, a spark of hope amid looming catastrophe. That sounds like the world's strangest grant proposal. Then let us write it, the Queen replied, lips quivering in a smile almost human. Over the next 6 weeks they transformed Sam's lonely outpost into a clandestine laboratory. Using salvage from the wreck and components ordered under innocuous research budgets, they built resonant scramblers the size of soda cans. These devices, tuned to the precise quantum hum of Lyrianthian drives, generated interference so dense it rendered the original signature unreadable beyond Earth's upper atmosphere. They also erected a field of miniature neutrino emitters, repurposed from Sam's cancelled NSF grant, around the basin, creating a decoy that suggested any anomalous energy readings originated from routine solar flares. Each improvisation wove Terran ingenuity with alien elegance, and every night, over rationed canned chili, Anithravou tutored Sam in stellar cartography, subspace topology, and the ethics of empire. The Queen's daughter, Leary, recovered quickly. She scampered between consoles, leaving trails of bioluminescent fingerprints like tiny constellations on the metal floor. Yet storms brewed beyond the horizon. One morning, Sam intercepted an encrypted message from a military satellite. Unidentified debris pattern detected in Sector C29. Recon team en route. The coordinates pointed straight at the mine shaft. 36 hours, maybe 48, until discovery. When Sam relayed this, Anithravou responded with calm efficiency. We must leave. Complete self-erasure of our traces. Then I will surrender to your authorities while Leary stays hidden with you. Sam's chest tightened. That defeats everything we've fought for. They'll interrogate you, dissect your tech. Better one captured than both, the Queen reasoned. And humans do not harm children they perceive as innocent. Sam wasn't sure she believed that. But another idea, daring and half-formed, sparked. Your pursuers track drive resonance, right? If we broadcast a stronger clean signal from far away, say the Kuiper Belt, they'll assume you escaped there. Anithravou frowned. We lack craft capable of reaching your outer system. We don't need to reach it, Sam said. We just need to convince them we did. She pointed at the decoy field schematic. Scale this up, feed it into your self-sealing null field. Strap both to the nuclear test missile scheduled for suborbital launch next week. My college roommate is in mission control. If we hack the telemetry, we can detonate the package beyond lunar orbit, flooding the region with a perfect facsimile of your signature. The hunters chase phantoms while you stay hidden. Silence swelled as the Queen processed the plan. Then, to Sam's surprise, she laughed. A musical cascade like water striking crystal. Audacious. Risky. Potentially brilliant. They spent 2 sleepless days coding infiltration malware, assembling the signature amplifier, and forging new identities. At dawn on launch day, Sam drove Leary to a safe house, a decommissioned ranger station deep within pine forest. The child squeezed Sam's finger, eyes glowing with trust that pinned Sam's heart like a butterfly to cork. Returning to the observatory, Sam found Anithrovo dressed in freshly printed Terran clothing. The Queen placed a small crystalline pendant around Sam's neck. Pulsed warm. "An archive of our shared thoughts," she said. "If I perish, Lyrianth's wisdom endures within you." Sam swallowed the lump in her throat. "You're not going to perish." They synchronized the malware as the countdown ticked. At T0, the missile arced skyward, and both women watched the telemetry feed hijack successfully. Hours later, sensors indicated a radiant burst just beyond lunar gravity wells, an immaculate proxy of Lyrianthian drive bleed. In deep space, hunter probes would sniff that flare and leap toward the void, months of pursuit ahead. Anithrovo exhaled, slumping with relief. But celebration died as alarms blared. An armored convoy approached, dust funnels whirling behind desert camouflage. Sam's hack signal had triggered military detection protocols. The government was coming, and they wouldn't knock politely. "Get to Leary," Anithrovo ordered. "Protect her." She stepped toward the hatch. Sam grabbed her arm. "No. We run together. There is no together if capture is certain. I will stall them. You escape." The Queen's eyes, now dim with resolve, met Sam's. "My final plea, take my daughter in. Offer anything in exchange. I would give my crown, my life." Sam's voice cracked. "You gave me wonder. You gave humanity a chance. I won't waste it." She clasped Anithrovo's forearm in the oldest pact she knew. "We'll meet again, I swear." With sirens wailing closer, Sam sprinted for the rover. Sand sprayed as she sped toward the forest, pendant thumping against her chest like a second heartbeat. Behind her, helicopter rotors chopped the sky. Soldiers fanned around the container. Sam watched in the rearview mirror as Anithrovo stepped forward, hands raised, both surrendering and commanding in one graceful motion. Weeks passed. News outlets reported a foreign operative detained at a classified site. Rumors circulated of exotic technology seized. But no mention of extraterrestrial origin leaked. Sam, under new identity, hiked daily to the ranger station. Leary adapted quickly. She wore a hooded jacket to conceal her faint glow and devoured Earth languages through educational tablets. Some nights she dreamed aloud in harmonic pulses, and the pendant at Sam's throat warmed, relaying memories of starlit kingdoms and lullabies beyond mortal timbre. One late summer evening, as meteors stitched blue fire across the sky, Leary tugged Sam outside. "Mother comes," she whispered. Sam scanned the heavens, half expecting warships. Instead, from the darkness stepped a woman in ranger fatigues. Hair braided, posture humanly casual. Yet her eyes, those impossible silver-violet rings, shone with unmasked joy. "How?" Sam began, but Anithrovo, now wearing a visitor's badge, reading,